Hi, welcome to Sad Goth Poem Time. As a fucking pussy, I write quite sappily in my notes app, and I think most of it's like wish fulfillment stuff, like I hope in 20 years when some hooligans ransacking my cloud encrypted data that they'll see what I write and they'll read it and they'll be like, whoa man, this totally resonates with me. Because I think I have this really deep desire to be, or at least for my mind to be loved. I want somebody to read what I wrote and say, gee, I want to know you. I want to know what you think because I care about you and I care about what you think. But at the same time, none of us really are guaranteed love, and most of us aren't even deserving of love. So I feel as though most of my writing has this kind of underscore of unrequitedness. Don my pizzazz meatloaf for this new age hellscape. Cover up my tears in meaty oil. And I'm not saying all of it has like an underscore of unrequitedness. You glitter lip and lamb leg hip my heartstrings. Save my love for later in aluminum foil. I write a lot about wanting to be loved and not quite getting there. Give me pizzazz. Or give me meatloaf. If my tongue could talk, I'd want it both. So serve pizzazz. And serve me meatloaf. Food of the future for 20,000th century folk. And I mean, I don't think it's like a self-esteem thing, because I think I'm pretty fucking cool, man. I cut roses from your silhouette. But your godly visage would never touch this leprous scorn. Would the blood subside if you bought a new face? But I recognize that, some people just, like, aren't pleasant to be around for other people. Emetophilia is getting off on throwing up, which feels like a mouthful. Emetophobia is the fear of vomit, which is, ironically, more digestible. It's rough to explain, you know, but some people just aren't likable, and they just have to live with that shit, and it's crazy. I don't see the acrid eroticisms and sticky puddles of bile, but I do think our society has a thing for regurgitation, burning our hearts on its way down our throats. I, too, want to feel sated, and the void of my esophagus needs something to fill it, but the thing about retching is that you always end with less. I could give you my attention or lend you my hand, but the contents of my stomach are too precious to part with. And I don't think of myself as romantic, but I do tend to hang on the every word of someone I appreciate. Yet we purge until our saliva-streaked jaws sting with even more spit, until our organs are emptied of all their stuffing, bare to cram another crowd of voyeurs down your... Well, I hope it helps them. I hope that the chunks of your upchuck bind their breaking bones, that your watery expulsions fill their sagging stomachs with something of substance, that the wrinkly tissue of their brains really soaks up what I'm trying to say here. And I feel like I need to stress, it's not purely romantic love I'm talking about. It's somebody who wants to know you. I'll hold your hair while you tell me why you hate, why you love. Eventually you'll learn to keep it down and swallow it back. Because I don't like vomit. It balloons your pillowy flesh for a moment or two, but then it becomes my problem. And while you may revel in rivulets of acid, I pretend to be above that shit. Because I feel like I want to know everyone in my life so fucking intimately. It's insane. It's crazy. I'm crazy. My God is bitter and gritty. To pray is to chew the dust of Leviathan and spit out the acrid modernity of science. Science, my cruel mistress. And it's hard to know what to do, you know, because I feel as though if I really put my mind to it, I could turn a blind eye to all the emotions and just live my life. I wish that I could crawl into your skin, replace the maggots there with life. My satisfaction borders on a sin. I want it all, and you're a taste of what that tastes like. A husk of what that tastes like. So why am I raged when I look up at your face, flipping through photographs we didn't take? You've got a voice stripped from the radio, and a face made for the stage. You're gonna go somewhere big, I just know it. Only wish that I could go the same way. Are you a person, or just bright eyes, big smile? Do I care? If I can consume you, nothing's the matter. I am sated. You're unaware. It's crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Your harp hands pluck at my neurons, bloody tissue under your nails, raising scars on my mind. I've never known eyes to turn away so violently as yours, looking for guidance in the other direction. My cruel seductress. Garden of incidental thought. Oh, how little I mean in the wake of your Adonis. But would I want to? Would I want to give up, in a sense, my humanity, my care of people, my desire to be cared for by people? The something so terribly unromantic about modernity is the same something tacking my aspiration to the floor when I look at you. Frankly, Mr. President, I'd rather bawl my eyes out. Tissues in the kitchen, melon in the living room, a peanut butter jar in front of the TV. 7 grams per serving does damage in aerospace. NASA in the bedroom, the government in the garden. It's all so classically Baroque, like French Nouveau or German World War. Tired am I of lucid eyes, aimed in all directions but mine. Weary am I of lucid eyes, aimed in my direction. Technicolor strains at the periphery. Head tipping to an odd periodical, lost in the pages of grief and grievance. Frankly, Mr. President, I'd rather eat my heart out. In this pursuit? In the pursuit of happiness? Because it's that happiness. If I'm ignoring... Oh, man, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Soft, sloping elegance. A summer breeze nestled in the crook of his neck. Tendons rifling through memories of lattice-laced leaves, crossing a cloudless sky. The morning grass, wet with dew, cuts the jut of his nose bridge, and blossoms of rosy pink flesh cushion his marble-sharp bone. Sharp as the glass in his eye, and the acrid metal wrought in his hands, robust modernity masking the vintage, boyish pretty. The kind of pretty that makes you want to scream from the mountain tops. Oh God, why must men grow old? So I guess I'll just, keep listening to The Cure, Bauhaus, crying in my notes app. Right. Let the maggots of my body crawl into the husk I made of you. I want to be somebody's someone sometimes. I mean, what else can you do? You take your life and you move it. Preferably forward, but we're not all so lucky. Thank you for coming to Sad Goth Poem Time. See you in next time's installment of Sad Goth Poems.